Shalom, Meshalom, want to start off souls by giving the praise to Yahweh, Hashem, El Shah, Hashem, Kakodash, double honors, the apostles of GMS, and honors you brothers in the work of the Most High in truth and in sincerity. This is a quick one. To as you can see in the title, no, black people will not receive superpowers on December the 21st, right? But Jake will receive power at some point in the near future, right? And it was just interesting because on one point when Jake, were pushing this out, as you can see here, it's already important because of some of the, but also because it's winter solstice and the day of the great Saturn Jupiter conjunction, and apparently black people get superpowers that day also. All right, it says, okay, so this is interesting. Apparently, there are people out there that think on 21st of December, when Saturn and Jupiter align, black people have superpowers. All right. Now, once again, it's interesting because it's understanding that these, there are alignments in the heaven and that they mean something. Okay. That is the one interesting thing that is there to point out, is that understanding. Oh, this is a major event, because what is happening is a major event. And we're just gonna have to see what comes of it, right? That's coming in the next, probably what's that, next Monday, I think. Okay, because not only is it the winter solstice, but you've got something that's not happened in 800 years. Okay, so Lord's Will, that is a sign of our Lord coming back, right? This is Joel 2:30. It says, and I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke, right? And this is a wonder in the earth. And once again, Jake has been able to be like, yo, whether they mean it, whether they're joking, right? But they're like, yo, this is something of note. And I said, I was seeing a whole load of it yesterday. And I was just like, yo, Jake, Jake is funny, man. Right? This is verse 31, says the sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood. You should remember a couple of years ago, every other month was like a blood moon. Obviously not every other month, but regularly we would be seeing blood moon after blood moon after blood moon. Right? It says before the great and terrible day of Yahweh comes. So the scripture is saying before the day of the Lord comes, we're going to be seeing signs in the heavens. And once again, to be seeing something that's not happened in 800 years, and then to also align, because the last time it happened on March, in the middle of March. So for it to happen now, the winter solstice, we can only imagine, what this means, right? This is Isaiah 40. So to go into the scriptures now, once again, Jake has always had this inclination of superheroes, or whether it's your Super Saiyan, if you're into, I forgot what that was, it Dragon Ball Z, going Super Saiyan, all of this sort of stuff, right? As you can see, black people, which we're not black, we're Israelites, right? On says on December 21, right? Because it's Esau that keeps pushing this black man, and then our people have taken black, and that's what they believe they are, right? It says that explains nothing. What's significant about December 21st? All I know is that black people getting powers, and at Saturn and Jupiter alive for the first time in 1,000 years, right? So so you see, according to the internet, black people getting superpowers on December 21, Hancock in real life. December 21, Jupiter and Saturn are going to be in perfect alignment, a cosmic phenomenon that hasn't happened since 1226, known as the Great Alignment. And now I'm even thinking about when Jake started to go down, right? Because the Council of Nicaea was around 325, ruled for around 1,000 years, right? So, the last time this happened, that was at the end of Israel's rulership, right? At the back end of Israel's rulership. So it's happening now again at the back end of Esau's rulership, right? So, all we can hope is that the Lord, this is a major sign that the Lord is around the corner, right? But that particular post that mentioned Hancock, and this I remember brothers used to call this the Hancock scripture. It's Isaiah 40:31. Says, but they that wait upon Yahweh shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Right? It says, but they that wait upon Yahweh shall renew their strength. Right? So it says, and they shall mount up with wings as eagles. So we're gonna be able to fly, Hancock style, right? Now people, oh, that's science fiction, all of that rubbish, right? Can say all of that, but hey, when these cometh to pass, then you go know, right? So that they shall run and not be weary. Right now, here you run for the bus, and afterwards heaving and all of that sort of stuff, right? But in times come, we're gonna be running. It's gonna be like making these 26-mile marathons look like nothing, right? It says, and they shall walk and not faint, right? So we gonna be having them spiritual powers, man. As Wisdom 3:7 says, and then in the time of their visitation, right, they shall run and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. Right, another precept on them spiritual powers and superpowers, right, shall shine, run to and fro like sparks. Sparks are fast, right? You just kind of see them. You can't really follow them too well. You just see a light. If you imagine the Flash, for instance, right? We read that. This is John 14:12. It says, verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do, shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father. Right. So Yahushua here is saying, look, man, I've done all these different works. If you believe on me, you gonna do it and greater works. Now, Yahushua was bringing people from the dead. He was reading people's minds. So you think of Professor X, right? He was able to read people's minds, right? Yahushua was reading people's minds, right? That's what the scriptures will say, and you knowing their thoughts. He said this, that, and the other, right? Yes, Yahushua was doing all manner of things. You have the other account of after he was crucified and had risen, right? He was hiding himself, right, disguising himself, and then he revealed himself to the apostles, right? So all these different things we go, hey, what the Lord, right? What the Lord has prepared that we're going to be able to do, hey, it's gonna make Marvel look like a joke. Okay. Revelation 11:6 says, these have power to shut heaven, that it rain not in the days of their prophecy. So you think about Storm, right, from the X-Men, right? She had a power over the elements. We're gonna have power over the elements. You think of, I believe it was Elijah, right, held his hands up, whilst he held his hands up, the sun didn't move. Okay. It says that it rain not in the days of their prophecy, and have power over waters to turn them to blood, and to smite the earth with all plagues as often as they will, right? And that's that spiritual power, right? Them superpowers that, once again, Jake, naturally we have an inclination to those things, man, right? So once again, as always, Lord's will, that was edifying. Until the next time, we're gonna say shalom.